Hello students, you're welcome. Today we have quadratic inequalities to discuss. What we want to do now is to relate it. Obviously, we've been on inequalities all this while. We've discussed inequalities. At this time, we want to have it together with quadratic. Now, first of all, you need to understand what is quadratic. Quadratic can be an equation or it can be an expression. Okay, quadratic is an equation who has variable and its power greatest power or higher power is 2. Any equation, if it's an equation, in equation and the highest value or power of x is 2, that is quadratic. If it is 1, it is linear. If it is more than 2, it could be polynomial. But today, now, since we are working on quadratic inequalities, we can quickly remember that quadratic is represented this way: ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Here, we want to know, when we have this is an equation, okay? But when we have ax squared, quadratic equation, the first one, plus bx plus c is greater than 0. Now, this is what? Quadratic inequalities, okay? Now, in this quadratic inequalities, so we are going to have the shape, okay? What we want to plot is the shape. How can we plot the graph of this? Now, the graph, you should know, before you solve any mathematics, especially related to graph, you should know the nature of what you are expecting. So that when you make mistake, you will quickly realize that you do not get what, just like you want to go to market. You should know the market you're going before you start making a move. Otherwise, we start asking questions from the beginning. Okay, now, mathematics, in this part now, we are going to have the condition that is two shape we are expecting in quadratic graph is N shape or U shape. Okay, our graph is going to be N shape or U shape. So what is the criteria for my graph? Any quadratic graph to be in N shape, it means that the condition is that the value of A must be less than 0. If the value of A is less than 0, my graph will be N shape. I don't know if you get me. Meaning here, the value of A will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and the rest. Now, and if you have N shape, the value of Y you will obtain at a corresponding value of X will be at maximum. Then if my A is greater than 0, okay, so we are going to have our graph will be U shape, so that the corresponding value of Y with respect to X, this will be negative. So anyhow it is, will be what? It's just like I have this graph, I have something like this, okay? When I trace it, this is the corresponding, my X is here, so the corresponding value of this here will be minimum. Then if it is like this, okay, here you can see that this is maximum, okay? And this one is when A, what, is less than 0. Is less than 0, while here A is greater than 0. So having said this is actually the condition to determine if your shape will be in N shape or what, in U shape. So I think it is very, very important we take note of this. So can we look at simple example before our time runs up? So will I say, supposing you have solve 2 minus x is greater than x squared. Supposing I have this to solve. 2 minus x is greater than x squared. So why do I do this? You can see that this is quadratic, but it is an inequality. Okay, so we have that, okay, let's say we have 2 minus x is greater than x squared. Okay, what do we do? We transfer this to the other side. We have that 2 minus x. When you transfer it, it becomes minus x squared is greater than 0. Okay, Do we leave it this way? No. So we say minus x squared minus x plus 2 is greater than 0. So if you divide both sides by minus 1 or multiply both sides by minus 1, what will you do? Supposing I say over minus 1 here, over minus 1, because the coefficient of x squared is minus 1, then over minus 1 here. This one over minus 1 now, because it's both sides. Even if it will be 0, it's not your business. So minus minus will be what? Plus. So this become x squared now. Minus minus is also plus, plus x. Minus plus is what? Minus 2 is greater than this is 0. So we have formed normal quadratic inequalities. So we go ahead to get the two factors. The factors here, how do we get the factors? Remember, to get the factors of this, we are looking at sum of two numbers that will give us positive 1. And the product of that two numbers will give us negative 2 or minus 2. So what would that number be? Okay, I can say 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 will give me 1. And 2 times minus 1 can give me minus 2. Okay, let's take that, which means it will be x squared 2 minus 1. That is plus 2x minus 1, which is minus x. Minus x. Then what is this? Minus 2 is greater than 0. Okay, having said this, we have x squared plus 2x minus x. Remember, the only thing I'm doing is I'm just putting brackets here. I've not done anything. Okay, now is greater than 0. So what do we need to do here? We factor out. What's the common factor here? X. So that when x cancel x, remain x. Then plus. When x cancel x here, remain 2. Then we bring down minus. What is the common factor here? I think 1. Open bracket. 1 divided by x is x. Minus minus is what? Plus. Then 1 divided by 2, 2. Okay, you can see we have the same this thing in the bracket. So we're bringing out x minus 1, beating this one and this one. And this will give us what? X plus 2. Please don't forget to put your greater than 0 is greater than 0. Okay. Now, can we open this bracket? So you say if x minus 1 is greater than 0, so x would be what? Greater than greater than 1. Because when this one crosses, it becomes this. Or x plus 2 greater than 0, x will be greater than minus 2. So the value of x now is positive 1 and minus 2. So can we now draw the graph? Okay, this is our y, this is our x, this is our minus y, and this is our minus x. Okay, at this point, this is our 0. What we need to do here now, we say x is positive 1. So let's say this is our 1, and our x is negative 2. This is our negative 2. So to plot these 2 points using your curve, okay, I don't know, you will know how to do this better than me. Good. You see how my own look? Okay, do you see how my own look? Now, okay, now does that correspond to the first explanation I gave? What is the value of a here? Remember, this is our a, this is our b. A here is 1, a here is b here is 2, and our c is minus 2. So a is greater than 1, isn't it? And remember, first I say if a is greater than 1, right? Sorry, if a is greater than 0, our shape will be what? Will be U shape. Okay, now this is exactly U shape we are talking about. So since it is here, it is greater than 1, here it is greater than minus 2. Okay, now it is greater than 1, it is greater than minus 2. So we can take shade of this. So this is the solution to this very equation. Please, in case if there is anything you don't get clear, just do well to ask question at the comment section and share this video so that it can get to wider audience. Please like this video. Thank you and have a very good day.